Sarah Silverman thinks cancel culture has gone too far. Looks like she's been hanging out with Jeff Schroeder because he also believes that. The comedian says she lost a film role last year after footage of her in blackface from her show in 2007 resurfaced. So on the latest episode of her podcast, Sarah points her finger at progressives who are quick to dismiss people for their past mistakes. Listen.
When you take someone, you found a tweet they wrote 7 years ago or a thing that they said, and you expose it and you say, this person should be no more, banish them forever. They're going to find some place where they are accepted. And it's not going to be with progressives. If we don't give these people a path to redemption, then they're going to go where they are accepted, which is the dark side.
She's speaking your language, Jeff.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with Sarah Silverman. I told you I was going to bring the pendulum reference back in. This is the perfect example.
Here it comes. Okay.
She's bringing it back, and I'm glad she's finally speaking up about this. Not what she's done specifically. I'm talking about in generalizations, right? People are so quick to cancel people nowadays for things they did 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. It has happened to me, okay? I could tell you about all that. But where is your road to redemption? Why are people so quick to cancel you for all the years of hard work you did for a 10-second clip of you somewhere? We do all these interviews, and we have fabulous interviews coming up, Sam, in the future about these people who are wrongly convicted, right, of murder, of all these things, and lost years, 10, 20, 30 years of their life, in one case 44 years, with no regrets. They're not blaming anybody.
No resentment.
They're happy, no resentment. They're happy to be out in the world. They're happy to have a great dinner. Why aren't we happy with the things we have around us? Why do we have to go on the internet and throw hatred and vitriol at each other every day just to make yourself feel better because you're not feeling good at home, and now it's affecting networks and major corporations and my life and Sarah Silverman's life? We need to stop and bring that pendulum back a little bit and have a road of redemption for people.
Yeah, and Erica, to Jeff's point, it's really terrifying knowing, of course, the goal is to have a road to redemption. That would be wonderful. But unfortunately, Erica, I don't think there's a lot of people on social. I just think the few that are trolls are so loud that they drown out all the wonderful accolades and the wonderful movements that we see on social. And those trolls speak so loudly that they are costing people their jobs. They are completely taking away that road to redemption where people want to have a conversation, where people want to evolve. I mean, look what happened to Kevin Hart. Apologized over and over and over again. I felt it was sincere. Many people believed it to be sincere. And then it took away his gig at the Oscars, something that he always wanted to do. Why couldn't we just have a conversation about it and move forward?
Well, because it's almost like when your parents say, when you give someone an inch, they're going to take the mile, right? And there was a very good reason in the beginning for cancel culture. We were dealing with serial rapists and people who were strongly and blatantly oppressing others, abuse of power, things that were either criminal or could not be condoned in any capacity. And we erased them. And some of them needed to be erased. Some of them needed to be eliminated from that position. Some of them needed to be thrown underneath the jail. But then you get emboldened. Like, well, now I have the power to erase people. And that is a very powerful thing for people to have. Now, I do think that cancel culture has its place, but the irony of cancel culture is that things that we celebrated and strive to because they were so outrageous, remember, fame or shame, it's all the same game. Things that were just happening 5, 10 years ago that we were applauding and throwing tons of money behind can now get you canceled. And I know, coming from morning radio, I am definitely familiar with that. People get upset with what I say now. Y'all have no idea how much I would piss you off before. So, I mean, it's really something that it's a part of the times.
Right.
It's just like what is working now and what works in the future.
Well said.
But if we get too far, PC, we are all in trouble.
Yeah.
We are all canceled.
Great points.
Okay, so speaking of cancel culture, do you guys remember Rachel Dolezal? Yeah, she's the white woman.